Good day and welcome to Outside of Genie, where we will do a preview of today's racing at the Vaal. Today, the 29th of October, and we're racing on the Vaal proper course, not a classic course. I hope the course is in a good condition. We kick off with the first race, but before we kick off with the first race, I just want to mention that for those who are interested, tomorrow I'll be doing 6 videos on the Pick 6 races. So then I'll do a proper analysis of each race in the Pick 6, as we have a nice big meeting on Saturday. And also, those analysis will only be available to subscribers. So you can subscribe for the weekend. There will be 150 Rand. You can WhatsApp me on 083 585 5133. Or I do have two special offers. If you sign up now for the weekend until end of November, that will be 400 Rand. Or then you can make use of our super special. If you sign up now for the weekend and for November and December, you can get that package for 600 Rand, which actually then works out to 300 Rand a month that you'll pay for the next 2 months till the end of December. As end of November, there is another very big race meeting which I will cover in similar fashion. So let's look at the first race. It's 1,000 meters for work riders, and the betting is as follows. Carefully, 22 to 10, Flower of Scotland 7 to 1, 6 to 1, Sumeda 8 to 1, Ashanti, Space Race 10 to 1, Incognito 10 to 1, 12 to 1, Fate of the Furious 25 to 1, and longer the rest. Is, as I said before, in order to keep the video to a reasonable length, what I do is I do 3 selections per race. My first selection is number 1. Is the first horse is my outsiders, my outright selection. In other words, the horse that I think can win the race, and that can be at any price. My other selections is in my outsider selections, which can finish in any order, and you can then take these 3 selections, add them to your play, your numbers, and play whatever you favor in terms of quartets, trifectas, pick sixes, or PAs. So here in the first race, my selection is the favorite, Carefully. This horse has run consistently well, always just finding that one horse to beat her. But I think today might be the day. She has run against some decent opposition. If you just want to look here, Muleta won the other day again. Letitia's Angel has won. Mind Reader has won. So you can see there, 1 out of 10, 2 out of 12. So she has run against some decent opposition, met Madame Patrice. So hopefully today will be a day, and the jockey T. Barclay has ridden a few winners. Outside the selection that we can look at, number 3 is Shanti. Shanti always has also run some nice races, but yeah, it's battling to get a head in front. Last time out went to the Poly and Gravel, but was outrun at the end when Marcus was riding. Today it's got Matsuela on. If you have a look, you'll see Matsuela just got beaten half a length by Var J. But keep in mind, Var J won that race on an objection. So Ashanti that day was actually third, not second, because the winner was disqualified because he lost about a weigh-in problem. But I'm sure Shanti can improve and run also be involved in the finish. Another horse that I do want to mention is number 4, Incognito. Has also run a few races, nice races. And as you can see, a sheer talent, and she's a glow. Both of them running again today. There's Letitia's Angel. So don't be surprised if you can find Karen Fisher bringing his horse past the post in first place. Definitely a horse that you need to include. Number 5, Riveting, has been running to improve races lately. Can it definitely be included in the quartets? Then the other outside selection I want to touch on is number 14, Zumda. It's a VAR by Bletchley Park Mare. Asabu Park, that used to race for the Alexanders, if I'm not mistaken, was a very good filly. And this horse did show some speed on debut, but now Messiah's riding and he's no fool. So I think number 14, Zumda, really a big runner in this race. The betting on that horse currently 6 to 1. Definitely one horse to include. Yeah, here we have a full sister to that good horse of Coolie de Beer, Tell It to the Stars. What's his name? Talk to the Stars, I think. Is it Talk to the Stars? But that is one, a great one. So also keep an eye on that for improvement. Then we move on to race number 2, which is another maiden plate over 1,000 meters. Here we have the betting as follows. Number 3, Stormy Seas 22 to 10, 12 Sunny Quinn 7 to 2, and next year 11 to 2, Sergeant York 10 to 1, Mars Rover 14, Baslabonke 15, the Bastille 20 and 25 to 1, and longer the rest. So let's have a look here at our selections. Where my first selection is number 14, which is next year. Gavin Arena riding from draw 15. This horse has run some decent races, and I think it looks like fairly stronger opposition because there's 12 runners, 2 winners already behind Castle Corner. Only 3.5 on her debut, not a bad effort. Then Barcelona behind Samoa had a speedy cut, and then last time, but there's already 2 winners out of that as well. And then last time ran third behind that, I think it was 100 to 1 winner, Diamonds and Dust. Now Lorena on it again, and I think next year definitely a horse to follow. And then my other outsider selection, my first outsider selection is number 15, Barclay Bonke. Now this horse, when that horse ran third behind the Villa Grand, I said that day that horse is going to improve, and it did. I think it paid like 10 rand a place or something. And then it ran in that race behind Vars J, and then Samoa, and now again in the Diamond Dust. But do include this in the back end of your quartets. I'm sure hopefully it was going to run an improved race again today. Other outsider selection I've got is number 5, which is Sergeant York. That ran well behind Ramsey, and last time out, this was run out of it and faded behind Bequeast, but has now got Stratum on board. And Bequeast won another race the other day. So, yeah, I think maybe this went a little bit fast here. But now today, back over the 1,000 meters, I think that can probably suit. Let's have a look here. I've ran some nice places before, after, and then I had a small rest. I think after the rest, doing it for the backing of your quartets. Stormy Seas is the favorite, and that is Stormy Seas is currently ran second behind Marengo last time out and can possibly go in here again, not without a chance. Race 3 is a 1,400-meter maiden plate for Fraser Mears. Let's have a look at the betting. Here the betting is as follows. Sparkling Water, the first time at 18 to 10, 16 to 10, Peyton STS, 5 to 2, Aram, 15 to 1, the field, Electric Boots, 11 to 1, Petunia, Aberdare, 18, Lady Nika, 18, You Deserve It, 14, and 22 to 1, along with the rest. Scratching, here's number 1, Bitterwind, and number 2. Yeah, this race, my selection is number 6, Aram Dynasty. This horse debuted well on the inside course, and I'm sure the straight course today will suit this horse down to the ground. It was fastest 400 to finish. I was watching this horse, and it came flying, but was too late to call it the winter of the winner's power. But I do believe today this horse will be another cup of tea, and I'm looking for number 6 to go in first in this race. In other outsider sections, you can look at is number 12, Petunia. Petunia also ran a very honest race first time out and can also probably improve on that and also be involved in the finish. And then we want to look at number 15, number 16, You Deserve It. Also a powerful, did run well in his second race, did improve. And with the Clinton Burner stable in form, this and Hollywood Syndicate, they can't do nothing wrong. Definitely inclusion in all of your play. Here we have 2 first timers, a Dynasty by Caesar Mir, very nicely bred. And also Sparkling Water Savannah by Espumantu was also a very good mare. So watch out for that. So let's move on to race number 4, where we have another maiden plate over 1400 meters. The betting as follows. Maple Singer, even money, Zodiac Princess 6 to 1, 12 to 1, Brooklyn Breach. So they say 13 to 1, Emelina 8 to 1, First Timer 10 to 1, Perfect Angel, and Bishop 15 to 1, 22 to 1, and longer the rest. So here I have the following selections. For first, I'm going for the favorite. The favorite has run well, and first time out. But my question always is, I'm always so scared because it has happened that you get these horses, they run well in their first race, and then they don't follow up in the second race. But we just have to take this on trust. This horse run well, 23.1, fastest 400 to finish over the 1200. Now going over the 1400, definitely a huge runner in this race. And for outsider selections, we're going for number 15. Sorry, I'm going to scroll down here. Number 15 is Perfect Angel. Alec Lee, this horse also debuted well, run on well from behind over the 1450 on the inside course. I do believe the straight 1400 meters will be to this horse's advantage. And this is a nicely bred, it's a Flower Alley by Holy Roman Emperor Mir. And I do looking for this horse to improve today. In my other outsider selection in this race is number 6, Brooklyn Breach, Lucky Larkers, and Craig Zaki. This horse has run against some decent opposition as well. And last time out, ran second behind Fresh from the US. And I do feel that the 1600 meters, after 1400 meters, will suit this horse ideally. Definitely a horse to include into your play. So here we go to the next race, which is race number 5, which is a maiden plate over 1700 meters. The betting as follows. Number 3, Dusted Donut, 33 to 10. Have a Go Joe, 5 to 2. Captain Scabosia's 9 to 2. Romo's Magic, 10 to 1. Crack on, 12 to 1. Mr. Blue Sky, 12 to 1. Light Without, 13 to 1. The Boogeyman, 16 to 1. And Better the Rest. A very open field for 17 over 1700 meters. Number 1 is a scratching, did win last time out. So let's have a look at the number 12, Stillwater, was also withdrawn. So here my first selection is number 8, Crack On. Now, when you look at this horse's form, there's nothing to get excited about. 11 links in his first race debut, 6 runners, 1 win there. And then the 19th September, Take On Me, slowing to stride. But I think the 1700 meters is going to, this horse is going to fit this horse down to the ground. It's a global view out of an Al-Mufti mare. And I think with Kumalo and Alec Laird getting the winners, I really think that this is a serious runner in this race. Don't let the form catch you out. I think this horse has got 2 prep runs, and I think today might be the business at 12 to 1. Definitely worthwhile to put into your play. I think this horse is going to be a serious runner. Then number 7, Captain Skabosia, also a captain of all by Modelman May, will definitely like the longer distance. Did ran behind Secrets of Maya. Secrets of Maya has run again and won. Slow, lost 1 link. I think if he can jump today from draw 2, can definitely be involved in the finish. The same goes for number 10. Number 10 is Light Without. It's Rami Francis, Muzieni. This also improved from his first race to his second race. Was last time out fastest 400 to finish, but although in a slow time, was still the fastest finisher in the race. And that's always a good sign if a horse runs on. So maybe this number 10, a nice horse to put in the back end of your quartets. If you do come in, it will make the dividend a little bit higher. I don't say the horse can win, but I can think that this horse might run into the places. And here we have the favorite, number 9, Have a Go Joe. Also not without a chance, did debut behind the contractor. Yeah, okay, a same situation. The horse, the Willow Magic by Mustafa Me, can improve over the longer distances. So definitely a horse that you need to include. And the favorite is Crack is Dusted Donut, also captain of all by Ideal World, will love the longer distance. Ricky Maingard horse, trained by Ashley Fortune, did improve last time behind Bimax, but I'm not impressed with this run. I think there are horses that can improve further than more than this horse, although it ran 8 lengths behind No Breeze in a juvenile. And then last time out was again in a maiden. I actually fancied it last time, but it didn't run up to expectations. So I do think there are horses that can improve today and running the horse out of the keep the horse out of the number one box. Here we have race number 6, a merit rated 104, Class A, average merit rating 100. Let's look at the betting. I must say today is not an easy card, but yeah, let's see what we can do. Here we have Christopher Robin 22 to 10, Express from the USA, US 29 to 10, seven Patriots 3 to 1, Full Mars 6 to 1, Darkman Rising 11 to 1, De Reeve 13 to 1, Scratched 1 and 7. That number 7 category 4 must be one of the most improved horses in the Gauteng at the moment. So here my selection is number 8. Number 8 and Express from the US has run against a couple times against each other, beating one the other one. But I feel today that Seven Patriots, he likes to score 4 runs, 2 wins, and a second. A distance, 2 runs, 1 win, and a third. And I feel that Seven Patriots will run a big race. But as I said, Express of the US can be his biggest danger because this horse also runs constantly. So they have met each other, and I think they're close to each other. But yeah, both of them can maybe probably be outrun by Christopher Robin. Also, a very nice horse has already won 5 times, and last time behind category 4, run in front of both the other 2 selections. So all in all, an open race in terms of that. But it doesn't end there. Here we have number 2, Dark Moon Rising, coming from Natal. Now, Dark Moon Rising has run against some of the better horses in the country. Not the best, but some of them. Dynasty's Blossom, Trustful, Gigi's Dynasty, Black Ball, Power of Victory, Marching Together. They're all solid, good horses. And now he found him in a little bit lower division. And yeah, so Darkman Rising can impress, although it looks like he'll need longer distances. He has run well over this distance at 6 runs, 2 wins, and a third. So definitely not the distance it's not going to be outdone by the distance. So all in all, I think a nice race. And then also Soldier On also have a chance of the -2.5. So maybe, yeah, if you can afford it, just chuck in the field. It's not going to be a big field. Full Mast also a horse that can produce on the day. So as I said, all in all, there's only 6 runners. Maybe best to include the field in this race if you can afford that. In here we have a computer from online, merit rated 80 handicap, class C, average merit rating 77, race 7. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have 4 to 1 the field, Ice Laws 4 to 1, Oscar Wild 5 to 1, Smoke 11 to 2, Storm Commander 7 to 1, Tokyo Drift 13 to 1, Electric Blue 14, War Jewel 12, Loser Storm 14, and 14 to 1 the rest. So let's look at the field here. Race number 7. Race number 7, my first selection is down here at the bottom, which is number 12, Smoke, with Pierre Stradom on board. And yeah, Pierre, this horse hasn't won for 943 days, but this horse always has run against some competition, has got a higher average merit rating in 94, the Spirit of the Groove. And the way Pierce Freedom rides, I think if you look at last time out behind category 4 has won since again, I think twice. But I see this horse always got a spirity noise, so that may be stopping him from winning. But I do think that maybe will be after nearly 1,000 days today, it can be Smoke's turn to visit the number 1 box. So definitely a huge runner. In my other outsider selection is number 14, Ward Jewel. Ward Jewel Kumana on board. Um, Drawn 12 over the 1600 meters. The straight course doesn't bother. And yeah, this horse has also been running around behind category 4, Stop for Nothing. And I think Ward Jewel also looking to visit the number 1 box soon. Definitely not to leave out. Out of the rainbow, last time out did surprise and won, beating Secret Dynasty. And Secret Dynasty has won against Sin. So maybe you wonder if you can afford chuck that one into your combinations. My other outsider selection in this race is number 3, Storm Commander Kennedy for Dawson. This also has a broken maiden beating Golden Tune. And then followed up with some nice runs in the higher division here, 92, running 5 reasons behind Fired Up. Fired Up is running again today, and Crank It Up also. So number 3, not to be left out. Yeah, Ice Lord is definitely in with a chance. I think it's a 5-year-old already. Only had 6 runs, one 2 runs, and is now was also run some decent races behind Wade Tom and Crack It Up, and yeah, so definitely in with a chance. Twice the search has been scratched. Oscar Wilde also 4 runs for only. Yeah, came off a long rest, 3 runs back, and has been consistent, running well, and can also be involved in the finish. Here we have Stop for Nothing. We Stop for Nothing. I just want to find Stop. Yes, Stop for Nothing. Another horse that you can look at here. Stop for Nothing is also a horse that fancy this course and distance, 1 run, 1 win, and uh, did run well last time out behind Edgton Blue, running on at the end. Second fastest to 400, can also be involved in the finish. So race 7 also, all in all, a very open race. Here we have race number 8, which is a graduation plate for fillies and mares over 1500 meters. Let's have a look at the betting here. Here the betting is number 1, Cockney Pride 5-2, Sweet and Spicy 26-10, She's a Glow 4-1, 7-1 Kairos Team, Empress Josephine 7, Queen Bomey 11-1, Macaulay 20, and 80-1 Mike's Loser. Now the favorite here and the top rated is number 1, Cockney Pride, but I feel this is a very good horse, and I do feel that she has got a chance based on her other runs, but I do think this horse is still going to need another run to sharpen up. Last time out, faded badly behind Mount Pleasant, but I do think today it will run a better race. But my selection in this race is number 7, Sweet and Spicy. It's still a young horse, also a 3-year-old. Only had 4 runs. Ran well, beating Nazareth, and then behind Water Fatina, and then last time out, just got run out of it by Victoria's Page. And I do feel that that can definitely bring her on and can be involved in the finish. She should go finish just behind Sweet and Spicy, and I also think that that can improve to be involved in the finish. Okay, and then also number 8, Queen Bomey, also ran well last time out behind Patches Samour, Pascal Samour. Pascal Samour, did they follow up from a maiden win? But if you see, this horse ran behind a Static Green, Sent by Destiny, all very well performed horses. So Queen Bomey, definitely a horse that you need to include in all your play. We now find ourselves at the 9th race, which is a merit rated 96 handicap, Class B, average merit rating 88. We will have a look at the betting, and here we have number 2, Fired Up 5-2, Dandelad 5-1, Nordic Rebel 6-1, Inca Roots 11-1, Captain of the Ronga 11-1, Whirly 13-1, Finn Chatten 20-1, and 20-1, and longer the rest. Here my selection is Number 6, Inca Roots. I'm going for Sean Terry and Lyle Hewitson. Drawn 1 over the 1400 meters. Will also be a straight. This horse is running against some decent opposition. The merit rated in this race is 88. This horse is run against 95s, 99s. Look at their Warriors race. Won a big race during the Durban season. Promise. of a master. Has beaten King Arthur, who's no slouch, only 2 lengths behind Sun Trooper. Has beaten Art Optissima, which is no slouch either. Then Full Mars is running in a higher division just now, and then was just beaten by Optissima. Good Rhythm won again yesterday at Gravel, and I think this 1400 meters, this horse has run over the Vaal 1470-50, where she was a winner, and I'm sure the 75 meters shorter will not make a difference. So my choice in this race, number 6, in cahoots. Outside the selections is number 9, Arapaho. Arapaho has also run some recent races here and there, and I just have got a feeling, he's got distance 1400, one run, one win, and I think today might be a day that Arapaho can surprise. So do include in all your play. I mean, here this horse ran behind Eden Rock in 100, and now it's running in 88. I mean, Eden Rock is no donkey, and I just felt that the Eden Rock will win. But they kept on running this horse over longer distances, shorter distances. But I feel maybe the horse might need a 1400 meters because he keeps on being outpaced on the shorter distances. So maybe today it might be the right move. So do include number 9 in your play. Then here we have number 10. My old favorite, Whirly Whirly, that day he won here at 22-1. That day when I tipped him, he was still 33-1, and he duly won. This horse is running on from the end. Look at this, always fastest, 400 to finish, second fastest. And on the straight today, on the Vaal, last time out, also won on the Vaal. Course runs, 8 runs, 3 wins, distance 1 run, 1 winner. So this horse has won on this course, on this distance already once. So definitely really, really, and definitely huge contender. Do include in all your play. And then my other outsider selection is number 8. No, it's not number 8. It's number 10. Sorry, it's number 10. Yeah, I did spoke to number 10. So yeah, that is then this is race number 8. The favorite here is Dan the Lad. His second favorite can go in again. Does also like the course and distance. Definitely in with a chance. Fired Up is also a huge runner in this race. Can definitely have a big winning chance. Um, but it's not constant. If you have a look here, it run a good race, then it run a bad race, then it run a good race. So you never know which horse is pitching up. Captain of Taronga at one stage did threaten to be a good horse, but lately the form is just not there. Van Chatten, already a 9-year-old, but keep on earning and can probably do so again. But I do feel that they are better horses in this field. So let's now move on to race number 10. We have Phyllis Amir's handicap, 92, over the 1200 meters, and the betting as follows. Sheer Talent Red 3-1 and Boyden 11-2. Wilder wins 7-1. Eskimo 7-1. 9-2 Dubai Princess. Roy Lily 8-1 and 15-1 the fifth wave, and longer the rest. Now here my selection is again another Sean Terry inmate, and that is number 14. Now this horse is Willow Magic and by King of Kings. Now, this horse did debut over Turpentine, won a maiden over Turpentine after debuting in 2 juveniles over at 1160. Today it's running the 1200 meters, so that shouldn't be a problem. Now, this horse is running against a much better company than she'll ever meet here today. Because if you look at it, she ran in the Allen Robinson, she ran 9th, but only 6 lengths behind Parisi, which is a champion in her own. Then they took it to the 1400 meters, tried to lead from the front but ran out of steam over the 1400 meters behind Love Bomb. Then they ran on Gravel in a grade 1 again. Behind Anything Goes, carried out was drawn 6 out of 14. Carried out at 200 meters was coming, and then I saw the race got done out of it. So now today he got 52 and a half, say 53 with the overweight, half a kilogram of Luke Ferraris. And Luke Ferraris has ridden his horse 4 times, 1 win, a second, a third, and a fourth. So he's always been in a placing with this horse, and I think that this horse with the 53 today can be Sheer Talent's biggest opposition. For outsider selections, also have a look at number 13, 12 Oaks. This mare, 6-year-old mare, already always runs her heart out, and last time out against Muleta again, ran on, and I think today can be the case. This horse will be running on, and other horses will be stopping. My other outsider selection is number 8, Capitina. Now it's getting a -2, and yeah, this horse ran some decent races before, and it's now of Lucky who the Lagers is having his third run for Lucky after July, and I think just give this horse chance. I think Capitina will eventually improve and can be uh, um, involved. Here we have Captain's Reward, also won on debut, and then ran behind the fifth rows in Gagian Country. Then came over a very long race last time out, and I think can also be running a big race today. So do include in your play. So all in all, today's card, not an easy card to make money on. I hope I could point you in the right direction and that you'll be able to make a bit of money. And as I always say, break a leg.